Hi, Dr. Annika Sorensen here from the blog Ask Dr. Annika, where we help stressed out business leaders to become the calm and the healthy, good working leaders they always dreamed to be. Today I want to talk about a client that I had actually 2 years ago, but I had a reconnection the other week. It's a man. We can call him Lars. He is today 47 years old. He has a middle manager position, and he has like 25 people in his work group. He thinks that's a little bit too much. I met him 2 years ago, and when he asked me to help him. And it was more or less a coincidence that we did meet in the beginning, but I realized that he was on the verge of burnout, really getting some health collapse soon if he wouldn't do anything. And I asked him if he wanted to do something about it, and he sure did. He had never told anyone else about this. So on the outside, you couldn't really see that he wasn't feeling that well if you don't know what to look for. He hadn't even told his wife how bad it was, even though I guess from what I understood from him, that she did see, but they didn't really put that out in the open in the family either. So I asked him, what was the deal? What was the thing that helped you? Why are you such a happy business leader today, and your group is working so fine? What happened? Why? What was the biggest reason? And he said, well, the first thing was that you asked me how I was. And for the first time ever, I told somebody, and it was good that it was somebody outside my own personal sphere. I told somebody how it really was. And after I had done that, it was like a stone fell off my heart. I didn't realize that I had been carrying this great burden for such a long time. And it was such a big release when I had it out in the open, when I could hear my own words, when I could hear myself talk about it. And the next thing you did, you asked me where I am, where are you heading? And I had never thought about that, really. Well, probably I have thought about it before, but that was not the issue at that time. My only concern was, how do I get away from all the things that I didn't want to? So I was heading away from things, not towards anything. And you made me realize that you have to work towards something. And then the things that you don't want, they will eventually cease, because you don't put your focus on it. You get what you focus on. So that was a really big change in my work with the work group. And it was a real eye-opener. And then when we were on track somewhere, and I was a bit hesitant, I must admit, he said, about saying that I was heading towards this, because you asked me to make a 1 year leap or a 1 year goal, and I couldn't really see that far, he said. But we discussed and said, you don't have to see. You have to see where you're going, towards what direction you're going, but you don't have to see it. You take one step at a time, and it will come clear. And then he said, you forced me to take care of my sleep, of my food, and of my physical activity so that I would get some energy. And you were so right. That's the way to get the energy. You have to take care of yourself. And after a while, I felt so much better, he said. And then we did some changes in the work group. And he said, I especially remember one thing, because you asked me what I think about all the people in my network. And there was this guy in my work group. He was really good at what he was doing, but he was not my kind of person. And I had sometimes a hard time with that, especially when I didn't feel well myself. So, but you helped me to see that, how to tackle that, how to keep him doing all the good stuff that he does. And at the same time, I could see him, be with him, without really just worrying all the time. And that helped me a lot. And we did a lot of more changes in different things. And I also made some changes in my personal life. I still have the same family, though. That's what he said. So now, 2 years later, he was happy. Things were going fine with the work. He was still in the same position. They have increased their profitability in his group to the double, and it was a happy group, and he loved his work. And like I said, he still had his family, and the family life was also so much better now, 2 years later. And it was for me very nice to catch up with him. It's nice to see that the little things that you do with your life, they can make such a big difference. And if you want help with your situation, or you know somebody else who needs help with this situation, then feel free to reach out. Just click the link below in the text, and we can connect and see if there is anything I can do for you too. And until then, thank you. Bye.